And a good Friday night. Welcome to the opener of high school football, another edition of high school football here on YourLiveEvent.com. I am Joel Morgan coming to you live from Davies High School in Fargo, where we have an 11B matchup. The Oak Grove Grovers taking on the Central Cass Squirrels. These two teams finished the regular season against each other last year on what were two seasons that were somewhat of the polar opposite when you look at terms of results and how the year ends. We'll tell you a little bit more about that coming up here on our pregame show. You wonder why the Grovers playing out here at Davies High School. Well, field conditions not the best at Oak Grove. Of course, it falls on a year where there's 5 home games, so the Grovers will be playing at different locations this season: Davies, West Fargo, and Moorhead High. And again, this year we'll have all home broadcasts of the Oak Grove Grovers football season, as well as all home broadcasts of the Central Cass Squirrels. Of course, some select road games in the mix there. You can see that schedule at YourLiveEvent.com. We talked about how last season ended for both of these teams. Well, we'll start with the Squirrels. They were 9-2 last year. Just one regular season loss that came against Kindred, 37-0. Otherwise, a successful run, finishing in the top 10 in the regular season, at least in the coaches' poll. Then they moved on to the 11B playoffs, a big win over Harvey Wells County, 43-36. And a loss in the quarterfinal round against Hillsborough Central Valley, 28-6. So they ended their season 9-2. A big senior class graduating last year from Central Cass. So some new looks and some new positions this year for the Squirrels. As for the Grovers, just a 1-8 2021 season. Their lone win came against Lytton, 23-20. They would again end their regular season with a loss against Central Cass, 56-21. Look at how the season is set to go for Central Cass. It will be 2 on the road. Oak Grove tonight, Oaks next week. Home opener will be September the 2nd against Northern Cass, a team that hasn't been on the schedule football-wise in a long time for the Squirrels, so a good rivalry matchup. We'll have that on YourLiveEvent.com. Then a trip to Lisbon, Sargent County, Lytton, and Kindred, then EEK to finish off the regular season for the Central Cass Squirrels. As for the Grovers, they'll have Central Cass here tonight at home, Sargent County next week. We'll have that on YourLiveEvent.com. Back home to take on Oaks, a trip to Kindred, home against Lisbon, on the road against EEK, home against Thompson, a road game out at Northern Cass, and then they'll wrap up their regular season against Lytton HMB. So a lot to look forward to this season for both of these teams, a lot to look forward to on our broadcast here on YourLiveEvent.com. This is our pregame show. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll hear from Tommy Butler, head coach of the Squirrels. You're watching coverage of Central Cass and Oak Grove football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Precision Planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsborough or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com. This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship. This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting. This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsborough or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Opening night of high school football here in the state of North Dakota. Our big matchup tonight on yourliveevent.com. Central Cass against Oak Grove. Tommy Butler, head coach of the Squirrels, with us. Coach, you guys have gotten a week into practice. The players are back together. School hasn't started quite yet, but they're into football mode. How has the first few practices gone for you guys?
Unbelievable. I would say that this has been, I think, our best fall camp. We went away from the traditional 2-a-days model. We've been practicing just 1 day a week. We practice for about 2 hours. One of those, or it's really 3 hours. One of those hours is we're either lifting or we're in some kind of meeting, or else we're doing our sprint training stuff. And I think it's been paying off for us. Our guys look really fresh. Practices have been really up tempo, but not. We're not. To me, we're not wearing guys out. Every day that they come in, it's like they're excited to be at practice. It's not, begrudgingly showing up and going through the motions. It's, you're only going to be out there for 2 hours. You get some limited reps. We got 66 guys on the team, so we got a ton of guys to get through reps, but I think it's been really, really good. I've really enjoyed our camp so far.
It's hard not to talk about this season and last season without thinking about that senior class that you lost. Those guys have had success in football, wrestling, track and field, baseball. Those guys, a lot of leaders on that team. You do have some returners this year, but do you feel that them ready to practice in this first week is maybe still that impact being felt from that last year's group of seniors?
Yeah, I mean, last year's group of seniors was tremendous leaders. Again, just really, really good players for us, and just continuing to raise the standard of what we do here at Central Cass. But what we've done this whole time with our guys is, we haven't brought those guys up. We don't talk about what we did last year or anything like that. These guys are their own players. This is a different team. We love what those guys have done for us in the past, but this group's ready to make their own trail. We're ready to build off of the things that they've done, but this group's ready to make it, this is their team. It's not, anything but that. So again, I just like where we're at. Again, it's continuously raising, that bar of what we want. Making a run to the quarterfinals last year was awesome. But our guys want more than that. We don't want to just be a team that gets into the playoff with a nice regular season record. We want to try to make a nice run this year. So, again, it just goes back to our guys is doing what we do, and hopefully, all the stuff that we've put forward, we're able to attain the goals that we were striving for.
Let's talk about what you bring back this year. Owen Wiersma, it's easy to go to him first. Successful running back, obviously, and he puts up the numbers. Stats always stand out. But how important is that to have a guy in that running back position back for an offense that might look a little new this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's an absolute stud. Unbelievably explosive. He's 195 pounds this year, and he's faster than what he was last year. I think it just gives our guys confidence in that, knowing if we give him any kind of a hole, he's going to spring one. But again, I think that just goes back to how this team is built. It's not just built on one guy, like you said. I mean, he's a dynamic player. I think he could be one of the best running backs, regardless of level. But he's got a backup that's a stud too, and Isaac Wisniewski. That'll get valuable carries for us. So it's not just that. We have guys that are ready to take that role. In that, again, not just being a one trick pony. We're not just an Owen Wiersma show, and if you shut Owen Wiersma down, we can't do anything. So, he's a tremendous player though, and I think he's going to have a really big year for us.
Last year, one of your big successes, and I know you have guys returning on both sides of the line. Your defense keeps your linebackers and your corners clean. They did a great job of that last year. Your line keeps your running back and your quarterback safe. How much pride do those guys take in having that job for your team?
It's unreal. This is where our guys are at right now. They have, we have probably about 8 or 9 guys that are rotating in defensively. Our starting 5 right now, our O-line is, again, like we want to run the ball. We've been a spread team that's going to throw it around a little bit, and not that we can't do that. But I think this group wants to pound the rock. We want to get physical with teams. And again, our quarterbacks can make the throws that we need, but I would definitely say this is the year that is we're built differently as far as mentality wise of, we want to get in there and kind of pound on some teams. And again, I think that should open up our offense even more, but defensively, we're young in that secondary, but man, having 8, 9 guys that can play up front, that can get after the quarterback and hopefully, try to make you one-dimensional, shut your run game down and make you try to throw it. I think will help our young DBs out a lot this year.
I'll look at your schedule, look at your region this year. What do you think are going to be the heavy hitters again this year, and where do you feel that you fit in that mix?
Our goal always is, we're trying to contend for a region title. I don't think that wavers ever. We have some new guys that are coming in, but last year we had a really good run right away. We were 7-1 in the regular season, but losing that game against Kindred, it now makes us go on the road. I think we have the best fan base. I think our facilities are the best. So we want to play at home. We do. So if we can take care of business and again, hopefully we could run the table. We take away the having to go play on a soggy field somewhere else or a field that's kind of tore up. We want to be able to play at home. With all the stuff the great things that Castleton has provided for us. But that's a tough order. I mean, Kindred's obviously returning state champs. They're number 1 for a reason. We have to beat those guys. But I think our region is, having Lisbon in there. I mean, that Greenlee kid's a stud. Northern Cass, I know, has a couple good guys that are coming back. We didn't get to play them last year. And I think Sargent County brings back a few good guys, and all those teams were kind of young last year, and it'll be interesting to see how those teams kind of play out this year. But again, our guys want to compete for that region title and hopefully end up with a number 1 spot going into the playoffs.
You mentioned Northern Cass. Do get them back on the schedule this year. Anytime Central Cass and Northern Cass play in any sport, it's always a fun time. How happy are you to have that one back on your schedule?
Our guys are excited to play those guys. I mean, we get to play them in everything else but football. It's I don't think in my 7 years, I don't know if we've ever gotten to play them. Not as my 4 years as a head coach. So to me, that'll be fun to get that rivalry going again. Again, I know that Coach Ukestead brings some good players back, but it'll be a fun environment for them to come back to our place and hopefully a really good game for us.
You talk about Coach Ukestead, a former Valley City State Viking. Your former Valley City State Viking. What is it about the Viking connection when it comes to football coaches?
That's a great question. I mean, we've always talked about that. I wonder how many Valley City State coaches are actually coaching, or players that are out coaching right now. I think that, a school like that, I mean, like for me, the whole reason why I came out there was it was coming from the West Coast was, you got a chance to play good football. And it was a relatively cheap school. Being a poor kid from the West Coast, that was right up my alley. So, I think they do a good job of getting you out, branching you out, getting to some of these smaller schools. I know a lot of us have kind of gone from, maybe a really small school to kind of work yourselves up. But, I think that's a testament to the university is, again, all the coaches that are out there that have come from Valley City State.
Oak Grove is how you're going to open the season. You played the Grovers at home last year. You guys had a sizable win, but that score not as close as how well the Grovers play in the first half. That's a team, Coach Whitney recruiting the hallways big to get that roster up, get those players out there. But they really did give you a good run in that first half.
Yeah, I think that they have a good team. They have some good players on their team. They bring back their quarterback who's also played receiver. I mean, he's kind of their all everything guy. So he's a dynamic player. They have some good offensive linemen and some good D linemen. So, our guys are not overlooking it. We again, like you said, I mean, they did as big of a win as that was. That there was times when they flat out just beat us. They beat us on plays. It wasn't any, they didn't get lucky on stuff. They earned a couple of touchdowns that they scored. So, our guys are looking forward to that matchup. Again, trying to start the season off right. But knowing that we have a team that's, again, I think that they felt like they had some success against us and bringing back some good players. So I think our guys are looking forward to the matchup. And again, hopefully starting our season off with a nice win against a good team.
We're talking with Tommy Butler, head coach of the Squirrels, as they get set to play Oak Grove to kick off the 2022 football season. Coach, good luck here against the Grovers. We'll talk to you more this year.
I appreciate it, Joe. Go Squirrels.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
We are back on the pregame week one of the high school football season in North Dakota. It's Central Cass against Oak Grove. Melvin Whitney, head coach of the Grove, was with us on the pregame. Coach, you guys got some practices under your belt, getting ready for the next season. How have things gone in the early going for you guys?
Yeah, it's actually been pretty good. We've got probably the largest number of kids out there we've had in a while, which is always, nice to see that the interest is there. Practices have been going, pretty good in regards to execution and stuff like that. It's actually been a lot better than anticipated. So I don't ever want to get too happy about those things because you never know when it's almost like you're waiting for that little shoe to drop there. It's been going so well as far as execution. So, but yeah, it's been a good start to camp.
And obviously players on your roster, the goal is to get them ready to play and be on the field. But, you have some younger players who you're hoping they get to that point as underclassmen. But how important is it to just have those guys for practice to get ready to play every Friday night?
Yeah, that's as you said, that's a key element right there. Getting them out there, getting them reps, getting them running through things, and especially with some younger guys out there, we're going to be looking at to put some minutes in, and you want to get them as many live type reps as possible so that they feel comfortable when Friday nights come. So we've been running them through the ringer, trying to make practice as difficult as possible for them so that hopefully they're prepared for when they have to get out there on Friday.
Let's talk about last season a little bit. You guys had a couple wins. You guys had a tough schedule against some good teams with a fairly younger team on your side. But you had some seniors who were big for you last year. Now those players who come back are expected to step into some bigger roles. What are the biggest takeaways from last year's team and last year's season?
Yeah, I would say the season was one of which you were almost there, but not quite. A couple of better starts to games, a couple of execution points that were emphasized and executed. And then, you're looking at a different season for us, just, not quite, turning that corner, so to speak, with the team last year. So we missed out on some more wins that we possibly could have had. So, and that's what we've been emphasizing this whole off season is, remember those moments and those times. And, now let's execute. If the result ends up being a touchdown and we didn't execute it right, we're on them, emphasizing that you have to do it right, especially with the teams that we have in our region. You have to be able to execute the proper way.
Let's talk about what you bring back this year. Start with the quarterback. Big position, obviously, in the game of football, and you have an experienced, talented quarterback back for you guys this year under center.
Yeah, not only is he experienced and talented, he's a smart kid too. So, and we have situations where we're going through practice and, a coach will say, hey, we should have done it this way. And he'll like, No, actually, it was this, and sure enough, he was right. So you like to have that, extension of your offensive coordinator and what you're trying to get executed out there as a program in the quarterback, in which we do. Really talented, kid runs all day. Conditioning is great. Is also, I think he runs a 400 or something like that in track. So conditioning is never a problem because we're going to be counting on him to be out there a lot. So.
Who else would you say are some big key returners for you here this season for the Grovers?
Yeah, it probably would say all of our seniors. We have, some linemen that we're asking to do a little bit more. We got Dallas Sunderland, Mason Hermstead, Andrew Green, junior for us, a couple of juniors for us on that line, Jose Alcivar and Brady Baker. They've made some great strides from their sophomore to junior year, not only in the weight room, but just in the understanding and I think just the level of comfort. I mean, you usually see that happen in that sophomore to junior jump, but it's been really pleasant to see that. And then as far as like our skill players, Spencer Schumacher, Griffin Olsen, and Jesse Peterson are some others that we're going to lean on to do some things for us.
This season, you guys having to change home field. You'll be playing between a few different sites, Davies, Moorhead, West Fargo. What have those changes done for you guys on a daily basis? And, players want to finish your senior year on the field and at the facilities you started with.
Sure.
And they're not going to get that opportunity. But how is kind of everyone had to have made an adjustment for that?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we had that experience a couple of years ago. So we've kind of, know what that's about, where we were displaced a couple of years ago with our field. But they've taken it in stride. They understand it's not like we're making this choice on our own to do it, to move around. But the seniors are a mature group. They're a focus group. So hey, this is what we have to do. Let's get it done. And we've talked about being comfortable in uncomfortable situations all throughout the off season. So, here we are in an uncomfortable type of situation where we won't have any home games. And of course, it's the year that we have 5 home games. It's the same thing a couple of years ago as well. So, but no, they've stepped up to the plate and they understand this is what we have to do and let's just get it done.
I'll look at your region. I'll look at your schedule. You always have some tough teams in there, starting, with the Squirrels this week, in fact. But where do you feel you guys fit into that mix?
Yeah, in the region, again, there's always some tough guys. I think we're one of the top. I feel that we're one of the top 4 teams in the division, and that's how we're going to approach this year. We can't come in with the mindset that everybody's just going to roll us, and we're going to lay down and take it. So again, that's how we attacked that last game of the season when we played Central Cass. There was a big meeting with the juniors, now seniors, on the team, and they really emphasized the point of let's stop this trend. And you hear that all the time, and sometimes it goes from October to December, and then it goes away. But this team has been that focused on that, and they're still carrying that mantra to now. They're still on that focus, and of course, as fate would happen, we get to play the same team that we ended the season with. So they're a little bit more extra motivated to get after it.
Let's talk about the Squirrels. As you mentioned, you finished the regular season with them. That score probably doesn't indicate, that first half. I remember you guys had some big plays against them. There was a punt situation that kind of went a little wild, one of those plays. But, what do you think are going to be the keys against the Squirrels here to start your season 1-0?
Yeah, I think they returned 4 or 5 offensive linemen and stuff like that. You got to get them off the field. You got to slow them down, slow that offense down, and slow that defense down. They're well coached. They execute well. So we're just going to have to do our part to be sound in our execution and to, just do what we can to, again, slow them down, because they get rolling. It can be a long day, because I think the first 2 plays they did on offense against us, they scored. Then the kids finally settled down and said, all right, we can actually play, so, but we can't have another start like that. So we got to get out fast and, execute.
We're talking with Melvin Whitney, head coach of the Grovers. They're getting set to play against Central Cass. We have that for you here on yourliveevent.com. Coach, thanks as always. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We are back on the
honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
And welcome back to our pregame show here on YourLiveEvent.com. Minutes away from kickoff between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Oak Grove Grovers here tonight in Fargo. These teams met last week of the regular season last year. Oak Grove, a 56-21 loss to the Central Cass Squirrels. The Squirrels would go on to play in the quarterfinals of the state tournament. Time now to meet our starting lineup. Brought to you by American Family Insurance, Chris Heisey Agency. Chris Heisey's team is here to serve you and help meet your insurance requests from home, auto, commercial, or farm and ranch. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you. Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance. For more information, go online to chrisheisey.com. Let's meet your starting lineups. We'll start with the Central Cass Squirrels offense, and we'll start with their offensive line. It will be senior number 78, Dylan Sell. Senior number 64, Kemper Pearson. Senior number 52, Micah Van Hall. Junior number 51, Tyler Cruchet. And senior number 58, Garrett Haugen. Receivers for the Squirrels tonight, number 5, Chase Bachmeyer. Number 4, Cooper Johnson. Number 14, Jacob Thompson. At tight end, number 1, Marcus Bifford. Also receiver number 14, Jake Thompson. Braden Mitchell, number 18, will be the starting quarterback. Well, the starting running back will be senior number 26, Owen Wiersma. Wiersma coming off a season with 20 touchdowns and 1,356 total yards rushing. Central Cass Squirrels playing game 1 of this season are coached by head coach Tommy Butler. Now the defensive starters for the Oak Grove Grovers on the line: Mason Germstead, Jose Alcivar, Brady Baker, and Bert Torres. Linebackers will be Andrew Green, Foster Lords, Spencer Schumacher, and Jesse Peterson. Corners will be Griffin Olson, Avery Quiner, and Riley Bachigard. The Grovers are coached by head coach Melvin Whitney. They're kind of off a season last year, 1-8. But as we heard from Coach Whitney, a team that he's felt has executed well through their first few practices here of this 2022 season. That's been your starting lineups, brought to you by Chris Heisey, American Family Insurance Agency. 12 minutes will go up on our Bank North scoreboard as we are set to go. Game number 1 of the 2022 high school football season here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, we'll have all home broadcasts of the Squirrels this season. We will also have all home broadcasts of the Grovers. Select road games in the mix there as well. Oak Grove will be on offense first. They will receive the opening kickoff. As everyone's ready to go, the Grovers will put a player on each hash at about the 8-yard line. As this kickoff will come up onto the near side and will touch down at the 2 and is picked up. And here comes the Grovers trying to get their offense rolling. A big run is coming from Griffin Olsen before being brought out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So for Oak Grove will be a 1st and 10 at their own 26 to start out this game.
From the Squirrel 25, from the Grover 25.
Grovers playing, well, you could call them home road games. They will be the home team on the site, but it will not be at their home field as their offense comes out, led by Riley Bakigard, the quarterback. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 2 on the far side for the senior quarterback. He awaits the snap, comes, and it's fumbled, and he'll just land on top of it. And the Squirrels claiming they got the football, but I believe will be about a loss of a yard and a 2nd down and 11.
Makes it 2nd and 11 for the Grovers.
So Bakigard losing the football on the first snap of the game. So 2nd and 11, back to their own 24-yard line. That line last year for Central Cass, so impressive, both offense and defense, and they returned some starters there, so expect some pressure to come for the Grovers. 2nd down and 11, back at their 24-yard line. 2 in the backfield for Bakigard. He awaits the snap, has it. It's a handoff over to the deep back, Olsen, and he is jammed up back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, that's going to be Schumacher with the carry, Biffert with the tackle, and it will be short gain, maybe about a yard or 2 on that one, and a 3rd down. So they'll say no gain on the carry. 3rd down and 11. 27 seconds into the first quarter of this one between the Grovers and the Squirrels. 2 receivers far side. Riley Bakigard awaits for the snap from his center. Snap comes, rolls out to the right side, looking to pass, has some time, looks downfield, and Bakigard will try to throw on the run, tries to connect with Olsen, and incomplete at the 35-yard line of the Squirrels. Cooper Johnson breaks it up, but we have a flag down near the line of scrimmage. Bakigard had a lot of time on that play, and judging by where that flag has come down, I would imagine this may be against the Grovers. We'll wait for the officials here as time is stopped. 9:59. And the officials will have a discussion with the far sideline. So it was a 3rd down and 11. 9:59 to go in the first quarter. So it was against Oak Grove, and the Squirrels are going to decline that illegal procedure penalty as it now becomes a 4th down and 11. So the Squirrels want the ball here on offense to get things rolling. So a 3 and out to start the game for Oak Grove, and they will flip the football. Bakigard will punt. He's punting from his own about 15-yard line. This one, line drive, touches down at the 40, will roll out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Central Cass, and that is where the Squirrels will take over with the football. Remember last year, the meeting between these two teams, there was a peculiar play on a punt. It banged off the helmet of a Squirrels player and was still airborne, making it a live football. Oak Grove got it back, picked up some positive yards, and I believe finished that drive with a touchdown. They'll spot this ball at the 50. The Squirrels will have a 1st and 10 at their own 50-yard line. Braden Mitchell, the junior first-year starting quarterback, has a whole bunch of receivers out on either side, 2 on either side. They'll now set a man in motion. It's a handoff to Wiersma. Wiersma, some big positive yards, taken down at the 45-yard line. So Wiersma's first carry is good for 5, and into plus territory are the Squirrels. Actually going to call it a 6-yard pickup, so a 2nd down and 4. With all the changes we've seen, at least in the skill players for Central Cass this year, Owen Wiersma looks to be the mainstay in his senior season. Coach Butler feels he's not just the best running back on his team or in their region, but maybe the best across all classes. It's a 2nd down and 4 at the 44 of Oak Grove, and they'll go to Wiersma again, and right through the pile, down at the 40. Wiersma will pick up 6 yards, and that will be a 1st down.
Brady Baker first to make contact for the Grovers.
So 1st and 10 for Central Cass up to the 40-yard line of Oak Grove. If you're just joining us, about 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter on our Bank North scoreboard. Oak Grove went 3 and out on their first possession. Were forced to punt. Central Cass has gotten 10 yards on 2 carries, a 1st and 10 from the Grovers 40. Man gets set in motion, and Peyton Lamar. A handoff to Wiersma, no, a fake, and it's going to be a running attempt from Mitchell, and Mitchell will truck a defender down at the 33-yard line, and Mitchell's first carry of the season gets him 7 yards, and it's a 2nd down and 3. Squirrels right on the doorstep of another 1st down.
Getting a 7 on the carry.
Time continues to wind down, just under 8.5 to go here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us opening night of high school football on yourliveevent.com. I'm Joel Morgan, Jake Watroba on the camera here tonight. We got a full slate of games coming your way. Got a bit of an early start here on the North Dakota side of our coverage. 2nd down and 3, ball at the 33-yard line. Receivers either side again for Mitchell. He'll be handoff to Wisniewski, and Wisniewski's first carry, he is stalled out at the line of scrimmage or at the 1st down marker, and he's just going to be shy.
Brought down by Foster Lord. Gain a 2 on the carry.
So they needed 3. Wisniewski got 2. Isaac Wisniewski, a junior, a guy that they feel can be a great tandem running back with Owen Wiersma for the Squirrels this year. 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 31 of Oak Grove. Still no score. Time continues to wind here, about 7.5 to go in this first quarter. Mitchell has all sort of receivers all around. Marcus Bifford, the tight end, moves to the left side of the line. The handoff will go to Wisniewski. He'll get the 1st down and then some, taken down at about the 22-yard line. So Wisniewski, I believe, will get 9 on that carry. It's another 1st down for Central Cass.
Carry's good enough for a Squirrel 1st down.
And they'll spot this one at the 22-yard line. So 2 first downs. It's been a ground attack steadily to start this game for Central Cass as they march deeper inside of Oak Grove territory. Approaching 7 minutes to go in the first quarter on the Bank North scoreboard. 1 receiver far side, 2 on the near side for Braden Mitchell, who has not attempted a pass yet in this game. Will roll out to the near side. He'll try it here. Shot towards the end zone. Caught at the 5. Brought in for the touchdown. Cooper Johnson, the 22-yard touchdown reception, and Central Cass takes a 6-0 lead on the Bank North scoreboard. So a 22-yard reception for Cooper Johnson. Did not have a touchdown last season, and they'll now bring out Carter Verkota, who's been great on extra points. Verkota 40 for 42 last season. Here comes the kick. This one is going to wobble its way through the uprights, but the kick is good, and the Squirrels take a 7-0 lead on the Bank North scoreboard. Oak Grove, a chance to answer back when we return. This is high school football on yourliveevent.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Back on yourliveevent.com, it was a Cooper Johnson touchdown, 22-yard reception, his first of this season. And Central Cass, a 7-0 lead after Dakota's extra point. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. So Oak Grove went 3 and out on their first attempt at offense. They'll try it again here with 6:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Our scoreboard brought to you by Bank North. Bank North offers a tradition and advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. Visit ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their locations, including the one in Castleton, today. The Grovers will try it again. It was Griffin Olson who returned last time, and he'll watch this one go over his head and into the end zone.
Kick sails into the end zone. Touchback for the Grovers.
There's a few instances last year, Coach Melvin Whitney felt that it was starts like this against the Squirrels where they felt they put themselves behind maybe a little bit early, maybe put themselves out of rhythm early, didn't capitalize on opportunities.
From the 20.
We'll try to make that up here, down 7-0, 6:53 left in the first quarter. Oak Grove will bring out their offense. Brady Baker, the center, ready to snap to his quarterback, Riley Bockyguard, who has one player in the backfield to his left, 2 receivers on either side. 1st and 10 from his 20, and Bockyguard fakes the handoff, gets by the first defender, tries to get by the second, and maybe picks up a yard or 2 for a 2nd down and 8.
Gain of 2.
Bockyguard's second carry will get some positive yards, and it's a 2nd down and 2. Patience on the defense for Central Cass, didn't bite on that handoff play. 6:25 and counting to go. Ball at the 23-yard line of the Grovers. Bockyguard awaits the snap. Ball comes its way, and they get a little jammed up on the handoff. The defense capitalizes, and it'll be a tackle for a loss. Foster Lord got the handoff. Cruchet got the initial penetration, and the entire defense joined in, so a loss of yards on that carry will make it about a 3rd down and 10. We'll see where the ball gets spotted. So actually they'll say it'll be for no gain. Just 1 yard of offense for the Oak Grove Grovers here. Down 7-0. That was a loss of a yard. It's now looking at a 3rd down and 9. Oak Grove's going to need some chunk yardage here. Riley Bockyguard to the line of scrimmage. Drops back, has some time. Now feels the pressure, tries to run, and is popped down by Cruchet behind the 20. So a sack for Cruchet, a loss of 3. And Oak Grove, for the 2nd time this game, will have to punt. Cruchet last year led the team with 7 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, and is showing that here these last 2 plays. So Bockyguard will have to punt. The Squirrels need to send someone back there to return. Looks like Wiersma will be one back to return. Bockyguard's punt. This one airborne near the 48-yard line and will bounce out of bounds. That was Carter Maggio, by the way, who was going back on that return. So Central Cass will take over on their 48-yard line, leading 7-0, under 4.5 to go first quarter. Braden Mitchell's first pass attempt of the season connected with Cooper Johnson for a 22-yard touchdown. Otherwise, it's been a steady ground attack by the Squirrels. And officially 25 yards on 5 carries, a pair of rushing first downs. Squirrels will get it at their 48-yard line. Mitchell will line up with Wiersma behind him, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side of the field. And a whistle comes, and I think we had some early movement come from the Squirrels. And Central Cass will lose 5. They'll move back to their 43, first down and 15.
5-yard penalty on the Squirrels. Makes it first and 15.
The first penalty of the game called against the Squirrels. To be expected, penalties like that, those procedural penalties, come in abundance when you're talking game 1 and game 2 of your season. They added the extra factor of some new players and some new positions. The Squirrels will line up again. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. First down and 15 from their 43. It's a handoff to Wiersma. Turns a corner. Wiersma back to the original line of scrimmage. Up to the 45. Will extend for the first down and still pushing. Taken down at the 35. 22-yard run for Wiersma. And another first down for Central Cass.
17-yard carry. First and 10 from the Grover 35.
First and 10 at Oak Grove's 35-yard line. So that 5-yard penalty, no effect on this offense for Central Cass, who already leads 7-0. 2 far side receivers, 1 on the near side. Mitchell will come to Wiersma again. This time, he is stopped in the backfield. Schumacher had a read on the play, and it'll be a loss of 5. Nice play by Schumacher.
Loss of 4. Makes it second.
Had eyes on Wiersma and got right there untouched. So second down and 14. 3 minutes, 30 seconds in counting left in the first quarter. Get a 7-0 lead for Central Cass. Week 1 of the high school football season for you on this Friday night. One receiver far side, 2 on the near side. A lone back for junior quarterback Braden Mitchell. And Mitchell makes the handoff, rears up, throws towards the end zone to Thompson, and a 39-yard completion for the second touchdown of the game.
39-yard touchdown pass from Mitchell.
Jake Thompson, the sophomore, his first touchdown, I believe, will be in his varsity career, and 13-0's the score. Verkota is going to come out and attempt the extra point. Talk about efficiency. Mitchell, 2 for 2 on passing, 2 touchdowns. This one comes with 3:02 to go in the first quarter. See if it becomes a 14-0 game. Here comes the kick. Good through the uprights. And the Squirrels jump out to a 14-0 lead here on the Bank North scoreboard. We'll be back with more high school football action next on YourLiveEvent.com.
School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
3:02 left to go in the first quarter, 14-0. Central Cass's lead. Grover's with the football. On the return, Spencer Schumacher will bring it up to the 20-yard line. Braden Mitchell has attempted 2 passes in this game. The first one, a 22-yard connection with Cooper Johnson for the touchdown. The other one, a 39-yard connection with Jake Thompson for a touchdown. For Coda, 2 for 2 on extra points to start the season. Grover's offense has been scarce. Negative yards here. Their offense has stayed on the ground. Ball will be on their 19-yard line. Grovers will get their offense set. It will be 2 in the backfield for Riley Backyard. He gets the snap, hands off over to the deep back, and it's Spencer Schumacher with the carry, and he'll get up to the 20. As Schumacher, I believe, will get 1 yard on that carry, and a 2nd down and 9.
Number 9. Alexander Spivey.
First snap of the game was a fumble by Bakigard, was able to hang on to the football, but right out the gate, the Grovers offense has just been off rhythm and trying to find a way to get settled in, down 14-0. Clock continues to run, looking at nearly 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. One receiver out on the far side. Avery Quiner will be on the far side receiver. Riley Bakigard waits for the snap. In motion is Olson, and it'll be a handoff, and Olson may get 1 or 2 on the carry, 2nd down and 7. Like that was Lord with the carry, and he'll get another yard. 3rd down and 7 for the Grovers. Up to their 22-yard line. Minute 44 and counting left in this quarter. Oak Grove trying to rebound after a 1-8 season last year. Lost a couple key skill players and seniors. Coach Whitney talking about some good numbers coming out this year, getting players prepped for this season. Felt that practice went well, about the most prepared they've been. But he said, of course, matter of execution here on the field. 3rd down and 7. Grover's looking for their first down of the game on their 22, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Oak Grove. 1 minute, 14 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Central Cass 14, Oak Grove scoreless on the Bank North scoreboard. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
Back on yourliveevent.com. Central Cass 14, Oak Grove 0 on our Bank North scoreboard. Grover's taking some time out here. A 3rd down and 7 from their 22.
The girls have finished first in all 3.
Grovers have not picked up a first down. They have struggled to establish a run game against this Central Cass defense. Coach Whitney, knowing this is an opportunity here to pick up some first down yardage, but also an opportunity to start building some confidence in your offense and get things rolling. Schumacher, the deep back. Bakigard awaiting for the snap. 2 receivers on his near side. 3rd down and 7 from his 22. And it's going to be pitched out into the hands of Schumacher. And Schumacher tried to come around the corner, and the defense was right on him. And Schumacher maybe will get a yard on that carry. And now a 4th down for Oak Grove, and they will punt again in their 3rd series. Central Cass will get the football back here with 49 seconds and counting to go. Carter Maggio will return this punt from Bakigard. He stands about his 47-yard line. Line drive punt, touches down at the 45, will bounce into the hands of Maggio. Maggio looking for a return, goes for a stiff arm, and is taken down at the 44-yard line. So Maggio will pick up about 7 yards on that return. And Central Cass will start a drive in plus territory for the first time. Of course, the way their offense has been rolling, it hasn't been an obstacle. In fact, their 2nd series, they started with negative yards after a penalty. Time is stopped with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. We've seen touchdowns from Johnson and Thompson. 2 near side receivers, 1 far side. Owen Wiersma, the tailback for quarterback Braden Mitchell. Micah Van Hall, the center, ready to snap the football. Man set in motion, and Peyton Lamar. And Wiersma to the outside. Wiersma stops shy of a first down.
Tackled by Riley Bakigard.
Riley Bakigard, a first down saving tackle. Will be about a 9-yard pickup on the carry for Wiersma.
8 yards on the carry, makes it 2nd and 2.
Make that 8 yards, a 2nd down and 2. Ball is brought up to the 44-yard line. 2 seconds left in the quarter, and that is how this first quarter will come to an end. Through our first 12 minutes of play, it is Central Cass 14, Oak Grove 0 on the Bank North scoreboard. You're watching coverage of high school football on yourliveevent.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Back on yourliveevent.com. 1 quarter in the books, 14-0. Central Cass leads on our Bank North scoreboard. Thanks for joining us here live from Davies High School. Oak Grove will not play at Oak Grove here for their home football games. It will be a game here at Davies, a game at West Fargo. They'll play at Moorhead as well. 2nd down and 2 for the Squirrels, now driving to the left side of the field. And Wiersma been a big part of their offense. No surprise as he gets the handoff here. Will be enough for a 1st down as he continues to try to extend it. And still on his feet, down to about the 23-yard line.
Down to 24.
Wiersma's 2nd run of over 10 yards. This one to the 25-yard line. Make that the 24 and say 1st and 10 at the 24.
Grover's on the tackle.
Central Cass right now in the driver's seat here to start out the 2nd quarter. Don't forget to tune in for our First Class Mortgage halftime show coming up. We'll get you our first half numbers from the contest. Mitchell awaiting for the snap. Will come to Wiersma, run around the far side, looking to pick up a block. Lamar will give it to him. Tries to cut in the inside, but the defense sticks with him. And Spencer Schumacher is able to bring down Wiersma. And Wiersma may get a yard. We'll see where the spot of the football comes. And in fact, I think they'll give him 2 yards on that one. So a 2nd down and 8. Ball to the 24-yard line. So a nice job by Schumacher to get the tackle against Wiersma. Wiersma was brought down in the backfield for a loss of 5. So he does have a carry for negative yards. That's a 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 23-yard line. Winooski this time is the tailback, and he goes right up the middle, gets the 1st down, and then some will find his way into the end zone. Winooski, a 23-yard carry for his first touchdown of the season. And it is a 20-0 lead for the Squirrels. Touchdown comes with 10:34 left to play in the first half. Extra point attempt upcoming. Squirrels trying to make it a 21-0 game. And here comes the snap, the kickoff. This one is good. And 21-0 the lead for Central Cass on the Bank North scoreboard. This is high school football. You're watching yourliveevent.com.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
At Oak Grove Lutheran School, your student will receive an education focused on strong academics, faith formation, and a heart for service. Oak Grove challenges students to discover their potential and create a better world. From sports, music, theater, and robotics, students will find a place to grow their talents. The mission of Oak Grove Lutheran School is to express God's love by nurturing students for academic achievement, lifelong Christian commitment, and loving service throughout the world. Learn more at oakgrovelutheran.com.
We are back on YourLiveEvent.com. Isaac Wisniewski, the touchdown run of 23 yards for the Central Cass Squirrels. They extend their lead to 21-0. 10:34 left to play in the second quarter. Then coming up, our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Kickoff from Central Cass. This one touches down at the 15-yard line. The Grovers looking for a decent-sized return here from Schumacher, and Schumacher brings it up to the 28-yard line. You know, Schumacher's been all over the place on offense or on defense, and now here on special teams. It's the best starting position that the Grovers have seen this game, down 21-0. We've seen carries come from Schumacher, Backyard, as well as Foster Lord, but we haven't seen a pass attempt come yet. This will be the fourth offensive series for the Grovers as they make their way outfield. Backyard awaits the snap, 1st and 10 from his 28-yard line, drops back, has an extra blocker, rears up on the near side, will connect with Schumacher, and Schumacher extends this one in. How about this? A chance at the end zone, and Schumacher, the touchdown.
72-yard touchdown.
72-yard completion. And the Grovers are on the scoreboard.
And the Grovers are on the board.
Schumacher had given him that field position with his return, and then scores the first one of the year for the Grovers. They're going to attempt to go for two. Touchdown comes with 10-12 left to go in the first half.
Luke Johnson on the kick for the Grovers for the extra point.
Johnson will come out and attempt the extra point. That is Luke Johnson. Riley Backyard, the quarterback, will do the holding. Trying to make it a 21-7 game. Here comes the snap, put down, the kick, and that is good. 21-7 the score, but I'll tell you what, Michaels came in off the snap and made that one close, was close to blocking. Actually, I believe that was Maggio who came in making close to blocking that one, but the extra point is good. 21-7 our score. We'll be back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
Back on YourLiveEvent.com, 72-yard touchdown completion. Riley Backyard dispatches Schumacher. Luke Johnson hits the extra point, and the Grovers are on the scoreboard. 21-7 our score on the Bank North scoreboard. And that could be the big spark that Oak Grove is looking for here to try to get their offense going. They had not had positive yard plays of more than 2 or 3 yards a shot this time. They're able to come in here and get the big score. So Central Cass getting ready to return the kickoff.
Everybody.
It'll be Johnson doing the kicking for the Grovers.
All right, everybody.
And 10-12 left to play before the half.
Johnson on the kick for the Grovers.
And Johnson ready to go. The kickoff will come up on the near side. It's Peyton Lamar with the football. Lamar to the 25, veering to the far side of the field. Turns up to the 30, 35, 40. A flag is back down at the 30-yard line.
Brought down by Josh Holloway. There is a flag on the return.
So the flag back down about the 32, about the moment that Lamar had cut to the outside. I think we're going to see a block in the back coming against the Squirrels. So they would have started this one somewhere around the 40. Instead, it'll come from the spot of the foul. Well, will be a hold.
Illegal block in the back. On the Squirrels.
So we'll see where the spot comes from the officials. Again, 10:02 left in the half. For the first time in this game, Central Cass is trying to respond back after giving up a touchdown. I believe this one will be at the 21.
Ball will be spotted at the 22-yard line.
They will call it the 22. 1st and 10 from the 22 for the Squirrels.
1st and 10 for the Squirrels.
And we're having a change of quarterback. Carter Maggio will come out here. It looks like the lineup as the quarterback for Central Cass. He sets Lamar in motion, and flag comes down.
Flag on the play.
So Brady Mitchell started the game. Maggio came in, and I would imagine we may see something similar like this in this game, maybe throughout the course of this season between those two quarterbacks. Another penalty called against the Squirrels. This will be the third called against them. It becomes a 1st and 15 back inside of their 20. Ball at the 17-yard line. Pair of receivers out on either side. Maggio the snap, but a handoff to Wiersma. And Wiersma gets blocked up around the middle and tackled by Brady Baker. Wiersma gets the ball up to the 20. Should be about a pickup of 2 and a 2nd down and 13.
Gain of 3. Makes it 2nd and 12 for the Squirrels.
It was the defense who, the line rather, that slowed him up, and Brady Baker was able to get the tackle. 2nd down and 12, 9.5 to go in the first half. Squirrels a 14-point advantage. Going to see two receivers near side, 2 far side for Maggio. Maggio sets a man in motion in Lamar, and we're going to see a penalty against Central Cass again. This will be the 3rd penalty they have had called on this possession. They had the penalty called on the block in the back that came on the kick return. They had a penalty that was called on the false start. Now another one here. So a 2nd down and 17, bump to their 15-yard line. It has slowed the pace of this game here on this series. 9:13 and counting left in the first half. 2 near side receivers, as in motion is Lamar. And a screen pass. This one will connect to Wiersma. Wiersma back to the original line of scrimmage and extends it to the 27-yard line.
Goes for about 9.
So the screen pass
for the Squirrels.
will bring up a 3rd down for the Squirrels, but gets them back at least past the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6 for Central Cass. Inside of 8.5 to go in the second quarter. 2 near side receivers, 1 far side. Maggio in quarterback. Lamar gets set in motion. Wiersma the tailback. Dropping back, Maggio has time, rears up, has a receiver deep downfield in Johnson, and Johnson gets it knocked away. Nice job by Jack Dietz to stay with him on the play. And an incompletion, and the Squirrels facing a 4th down will have to flip the field. Nice series there by Oak Grove. Central Cass racked up a few penalties, lost some yards, and the Grovers got the pressure on and eliminate the deep ball. They'll get the ball back with 8:11 to go in the third quarter, down by 4. In the second quarter, down by 14. Griffin Olson will be the punt returner. And here comes the punt. And this one will continue to roll and will be touched inside of the 20, so a good punt for Central Cass. Oak Grove will start with a 1st and 10 at their 18. Oak Grove had not had very many plays of positive yards up until their last series. It ended on a 72-yard touchdown connection between Bacchigard and Schumacher, has accounted for the only point so far in this game for Oak Grove. And they had not attempted a pass until that play. And the Grovers offense will make their way out on the field. A lot of rain had come through the area today, but the turf field out here at Davies is around for smooth playing between these two teams. Here we go from the 1st and 10 from their 18-yard line, and Bacchigard with the keeper is tackled at the 20. So Bacchigard will pick up 2 on a 2nd down and 8. Tyler Cruchet makes the tackle. So some positive yards for the Grovers as clock continued to wind. 7:44 and counting. Central Cass making some changes on defense. Micah Van Hall will rotate his way in and gets a spot on the line up front. Central Cass coming off a 9-2 year that ended in the quarterfinals. Oak Grove coming off a 1-8 season. 2 in the backfield for Bacchigard. Has a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out by the first defender, not by the second, and he is brought back and tackled at the 11-yard line by Marcus Biffert. So Biffert will get the sack and a big loss. And they will say progress was stalled at the line of scrimmage, so it will be no gain and a 2nd down and 8. 3rd down and 8. So the drive will start here at the 20 for Oak Grove. So a nice play by Biffert. Some big yards needed for the Grovers. Bacchigard will hand this one off to his lead back, but the defense is all over it. Ryan Safford with the tackle.
Safford with the tackle for loss.
And loss of 2 for the Grovers. And a 4th down and 10. Ryan Stafford with the big tackle. And Oak Grove will punt. Central Cass will get the ball back as we approach 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, leading 21-7 on the Bank North scoreboard. Dangerous spot for Oak Grove to try to punt this one. I believe it's either Braden Mitchell, Carter Maggio. And it is Maggio looking to return the punt. A good punt will roll out at the 30.
Punt by Bacchigard rolls out.
So Bacchigard will put Central Cass back on their side of the field.
No return.
Central Cass will not attempt to return this one with 5:42 to go.
And with 5:42 remaining.
Well, first series of the game for Oak Grove, they went 3 and out. They gave the ball to Central Cass. And it was Braden Mitchell connecting with Cooper Johnson for a 22-yard touchdown. The Grovers forced to punt again, and this time it was Mitchell connecting with Thompson for a 39-yard touchdown. Extra point would be good both times. That made it a 14-0 game. Central Cass would add on a touchdown from Isaac Wisniewski before the Grovers got on the scoreboard. And here comes a big run for Wiersma, and he is stopped at the 50. Bacchigard, touchdown-saving tackle, but a 20-yard pickup nonetheless, and a 1st down comes for Wiersma. Wiersma last year, 20 touchdowns, which I believe was the single-season record. Yet to score here in this game, and they're going to actually spot this one at the 48-yard line, so a big carry. Puts a 1st and 10 at the 48. Some men in motion for Central Cass. And it's a handoff and a run for Wiersma. And Wiersma threw for the 1st down, stopped at the 40. And it's Bacchigard with the stop. And another 1st down run comes for Central Cass. Ball will be at the 41 of Oak Grove as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Our First Class Mortgage halftime report coming up. Stay tuned for our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. We'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game as well as our Precision Player of the Game. Mitchell back at quarterback. A handoff to Wiersma. And Wiersma wills his way up to the 30-yard line.
Wiersma with a carry.
And Wiersma a carry for a first down. By my count, that is
Tackle made by Green.
5 carries of 10-plus yards for Wiersma.
Gain of 9 on the carry. Makes it 2nd and 1.
Actually, that will be a 9-yard carry, so he'll be just shy of that and the first down. So 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 32 of Oak Grove. Late huddle for the Squirrels offense. And I think we're going to a timeout.
Official timeout.
And we'll get an official timeout. Wiersma went to the sideline, talked to Coach Travis Lamar, and then came back out on the field. So he'll be able to stay in here. A 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 32-yard line of Oak Grove. And a running play on this one for Mitchell. Mitchell around the outside, first down, straddles the sideline, take it down at the 18.
Knocked out at the 22 by Oscar Francis. I think that Avery Quiner.
So a first down run comes from Mitchell.
It'll be 1st and 10 Squirrels at the
By my count, 7 first downs for the Squirrels
21.
inside of 4 to play in the first half. Ball will be at the 21-yard line. Defense attention was brought on to Wiersma, and Braden Mitchell was able to find himself some open space upfield. 2 near side receivers, 2 on the far side. And a handoff to Wiersma, has open field, turns up at the 20, up to the 15. And Wiersma a pickup of 6.
Brought down by Oscar Francis.
Oscar Francis with the tackle. 2nd down and 4, ball at the 16. And it's deeper inside the red zone right now goes Central Cass. Under 3.5 to play in the second quarter. Squirrels last year started their season 4-0. Loss coming in week 5 against Kindred. They had finished their regular season on a 4-game winning streak, then had a playoff win against Harvey Wells County. 2nd down and 4, ball at the 16-yard line. A handoff to Wiersma, tried to go left, tried to cut to the right. It slowed him up, and the defense was right there. Oscar Francis making the initial contact and the tackle. And
Baker on the tackle.
Maybe
That'll bring up 3rd
about a
and 3
pickup of a yard and a 3rd down and 3 for Central Cass. Squirrels at the 16, make that the 14 of Oak Grove. All 3 touchdowns coming in the first quarter. I strike that, the one coming early here in the second quarter is a handoff to Wiersma, move toward the right, extends past the 10 over to the 5.
With a 1st down carry.
And Wiersma a 1st down carry. I believe this one will be brought to the 6-yard line.
Goal from the 6.
So 1st and goal, Central Cass. They are 6 yards away from making this a 27-7 game. A unique opportunity this season for Oak Grove. Gets a chance to play at some different fields, a different look. And now we're going to timeout Central Cass. Timeout on the fields. We'll be back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
The importance of planning before you plant. To finish strong, you need a solid start. That's why at Cess Vonderhoff, we remain committed to developing sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. all to help you make spring decisions that will yield the harvest you envision. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis Vonderhoff, a passion that grows.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Back on YourLiveEvent.com on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass 21, Oak Grove 7. 1:58 left to play in the first half. A first and goal from the 6-yard line for the Squirrels. Been 2 receiving, 1 rushing touchdown so far. And a handoff to Wiersma, and he will plow through the defense and comes across the goal line.
For a touchdown.
And Wiersma's first touchdown of the season, a 6-yard run.
6-yard touchdown run for Wiersma.
And it is 27-7.
Dakota on for the extra point.
Touchdown comes with 1:54
The holder.
left to go. Wiersma ending off that drive. Again, touchdown number 1 of his season, coming off a year with 20 rushing touchdowns. Dakota's extra point attempt. That one is through the uprights. And 28-7 is our score. 1:54 left to play in the first half. It is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Back here at Davies High School, Owen Wiersma's first touchdown of the season, a 6-yard run. Extra point was good, 28-7 with 1:54 left to play in the first half. And the kickoff will go out at about the 18-yard line. It was Spencer Schumacher who's got the lone touchdown for the Grovers in this game. Was trying to return that one, so we'll get the officials to spot the football for Oak Grove. Well, Oak Grove went 3 and out on their first 3 series, and it resulted in 3 touchdowns for Central Cass. Cooper Johnson scored the first, Jake Thompson the second, then Isaac Wisniewski would score the third. 21-0 was the score until 10-12 left to play in the first half, and a big touchdown connection. Bockyguard to Schumacher, 72-yard score. And then Central Cass answering back with Wiersma's last touchdown. So here we go, 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Grovers. Bockyguard awaits for the snap, has it, rolls around the outside, and is able to elude the defense. Ryan Stafford was on his tail. He'll run out for a gain of 2. And a second down and 8. Actually spotted for an extra yard.
From the 38.
And it will be a 3-yard pickup for Bockyguard. Second down and 7. Ball to the 38-yard line. Get a minute 49 remain here in this first half. Central Cass has led the entirety of this contest. Pair of receivers either side for Bakigard. Again, he's only attempted one pass. That was a 72-yard touchdown. Let's see what he does, and it's going to be a run here. Goes to the left side and is tackled just across the 40. So Bakigard may have picked up 3. And he'll pick up 3. And now a third down coming up for Oak Grove and a timeout taken by Central Cass. Timeout comes with 1:38 left to play in the first half. You're watching coverage of Oak Grove and Central Cass football on yourliveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Third down and 4 for Oak Grove, and a run attempt to the 40, and it's stalled by the defense. Griffin Olson with the attempt. Bifford with the tackle.
Braden Preston. A loss of 1 makes it 4th and 5.
Be a loss of a yard now. 4th down and 5 for Oak Grove, and just a minute 31 left to play in this opening half. And now another stoppage of play out on the field. We'll be back with more on yourliveevent.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Central Cass School's mission.
Back on yourliveevent.com on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass 28, Oak Grove 7. Grovers football. 4th down, 5 to go. Ball at their 41-yard line. Majo will be back to return the punt of Bakigard. First 3 series of the game, Oak Grove, or for the Grovers rather, they did have to punt. They will punt here again. This one, touchdown somewhere around the 40, and is touched at the 41-yard line.
By Dallas Sunderland. It'll be 1st and 10, Squirrels.
Squirrels.
39.
1st and 10. Ball at their 39-yard line, a minute 28 to go in the half. Well, first touchdown of the game, it took the Squirrels 4 plays to find the end zone. We'll see what the offense does here. We'll see who they bring out at quarterback. It will be Mitchell out at quarterback. Split receivers out on either side. Wiersma lines up behind him. Mitchell drops back, has time, takes a shot towards the end zone. And this one caught through the defense. Hansen with the reception. That's Lamar with the completion.
It'll be 1st and 10, Squirrels.
A 40-yard completion. First reception of the game for Lamar. And the first passing first down of the game for Central Cass. So one big play puts them in plus territory. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. A handoff to Wiersma, and he is stalled around the 20, tries to cut to the right side. The defense all in on the mix. So Wiersma will get positive yards. 2nd down and 5. Inside of a minute now left to go in the first half.
Brought down by Brady Donabauer. 2nd and 5 for the Squirrels.
Squirrels trying to put an exclamation point here to end this first half of play. Mitchell, shot at the end zone, and this one into the hands of Johnson. It is good, and Johnson's 2nd touchdown of the game, a 25-yard reception. So Cooper Johnson, a pair of touchdowns in this one, and Central Cass's lead at 34-7. They have responded with a pair of touchdowns after Oak Grove scored their first. And Dakota goes for the extra point. This one no good. So the score will stand at 34-7. 34-7 our score here on the Bank North scoreboard. This is high school football coverage on YourLiveEvent.com.
In cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Cooper Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one a 27-yard reception. Central Cass's lead at 34-7 on the Bank North scoreboard. Grover's looking for a big return. Schumacher's tackled at the 32.
Schumacher with the return brings it out to the 32.
And 1st and 10, Grover's at the 32 with 21 seconds left.
Make that the 33.
We'll get you some scores from other games, including those we have on our Your Live events, other Your Live event stations. Of course, you can see that full schedule at YourLiveEvent.com. We'll have Squirrels and Grovers, all home games, select road games this season. I can tell you Oak Grove will have tonight. Next week's game will be on YourLiveEvent.com. The week after that we'll have it. And then back on the 16th, the 30th, the 7th, and the 14th. 1st and 10 at the 33. Grovers maybe one last shot at a play here with 21 seconds to go before halftime. And they don't want to risk it. They'll take the knee, and they'll let this first half come to an end. Central Cass 34, Oak Grove 7. That is our score on the Bank North scoreboard. Visit ibanknorth.com or stop by one of the locations today for more information. 34-7 our score. The First Class Mortgage halftime show coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wadslin, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo-Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
At Oak Grove Lutheran School, your student will receive an education focused on strong academics, faith formation, and a heart for service. Oak Grove challenges students to discover their potential and create a better world. From sports, music, theater, and robotics, students will find a place to grow their talents. The mission of Oak Grove Lutheran School is to express God's love by nurturing students for academic achievement, lifelong Christian commitment, and loving service throughout the world. Learn more at oakgrovelutheran.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
You know the importance of planning before you plant. To finish strong, you need a solid start. That's why at Cess Vonderhoff, we remain committed to developing sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, all to help you make spring decisions that will yield the harvest you envision. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Cess Vonderhoff, a passion that grows.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
This is
And welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. It's our First Class Mortgage halftime show. First Class Mortgage, and more than just a company name, it's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. 34-7, Oak Grove trails Central Cass here at the half. Let's get our first half scoring summary on this one. After after Oak Grove went 3 and out to start the game, Central Cass got the football. Took them 5 plays to find the end zone at the 6:53 mark. It was Brayden Mitchell connecting with Cooper Johnson for the touchdown. Carter Dakota got the extra point. That would make it 7-0. Oak Grove would then again go 3 and out. Central Cass got the football. This time it was a 6-yard completion to Jake Thompson. Extra point was good. 14-0 would be the score. Central Cass then got the football just before the end of the first quarter in a drive that they would finish in quarter number 2. It was a touchdown for Isaac Wisniewski, a 23-yard touchdown run, his first touchdown of the season, I believe, of his varsity career. Extra point was good. 21-0 would be the score. Oak Grove would then get a great kick return from Spencer Schumacher, who was everywhere this game on defense, everywhere on special teams, and then completed the trifecta with a Baki guard 72-yard completion to Spencer Schumacher for the touchdown. Extra point was good. 21-7 would be the score. And then Central Cass roared back, bringing on some points. It was Owen Wiersma, a 6-yard touchdown run. Extra point good there. 28-7 the score. And then with 27 seconds left before the half, it was Cooper Johnson, another touchdown reception. Extra point no good. 34-7 would be how our score would stand here at the half. So 34-7 the score on our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Unofficial stats coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
From RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Back on our First Class Mortgage halftime show on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass 34, Oak Grove 7. Here is our unofficial statistics for the Grovers. 77 total yards of offense, 5 rushing. Their ground game has just not been established yet in this contest. Their only biggest positive yard play was that 72-yard touchdown reception by Spencer Schumacher from Riley Bockegaard. So 77 total yards, no first downs. Their biggest rushing play was 3 yards. Bockegaard, who doesn't have positive yards rushing, did have 2 carries of 3 yards, but otherwise the ground game neutralized by Central Cass. So 77 yards of offense by my count for the Grovers. For the Squirrels, we'll start with Braden Mitchell. He is 5 for 5 on pass attempts, has thrown for 3 touchdowns, one for 22, the other for 25 yards, both to Cooper Johnson, and then a 39-yard completion to Jake Thompson in the contest. So the Squirrels, 135 passing yards, 147 rushing yards, 111 of those belong to Owen Wiersma for 289 yards of offense, 8 first downs for the Central Cass Squirrels. Rushing touchdowns coming for Central Cass. 1 belongs to Isaac Wisniewski, the other to Owen Wiersma. So those are our first half numbers here on our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Back one last time on our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Our 34-7 our score here at Davies High. Other scores for games we have on yourliveevent.com. 22-0 HCV, a lead at the half. Thompson leading Grafton 28-0 at the halftime. There was a lightning delay in hope between Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and Maple River. Lobos led 20-0 with 10:16 left in the second quarter. That game, they're about to get back on the field to resume quarter number 2 of that contest. Coming up next week, we will have both of these teams, actually strike that, we'll have Oak Grove on the air next week as they will be traveling to Sargent County. You can find our full broadcast schedule on yourliveevent.com. That will do it for our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Second half coming up when we return on yourliveevent.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
34-7 our score. 12 minutes goes up on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass with the lead. It will be their football to begin the final for this next 12 minutes of play. And here we go. The kick return over to the far side of the field, up to the 35 to about the 36-yard line on Jacob Thompson's return of this second half kickoff.
Brought down by Avery Quiner and Jack Dietz.
Football will be about the 36-yard line for the Squirrels. Squirrels have mixed it up a little bit on offense. In terms of personnel, we'll see how deep they go here to begin the second half, leading 34-7. Coming up, we'll have our post-game show. Brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. We'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. And discussion coming right now from the officials. I don't know if it's a question of the spot of the football. But we are stopped here right now to begin this third quarter. Now, we did see a lightning delay come in the Maple River game out in Hope. Chase Miller with the call on your live event. That one against Lemoore Litchfield Marion. That one just getting underway. They had about 10 minutes left. Excuse me, inside of 10 minutes left in their second quarter.
Fair catch was called. And the ball will be placed at the 25.
So they say a fair catch was called. That means the ball is going to be placed back at the 25-yard line. So that's what that extended discussion was. So Central Cass, a 1st and 10 at their 25. So ball at the 25, 2 receivers far side, 2 near side, and the ball will go to Wiersma, shakes the first defender, muscles his way up to the 29-yard line. And Wiersma's first carry of the second half will pick up 4.
Jose Elsevar with the tackle.
And a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 for the Squirrels.
Jose Elsevar making the stop of Wiersma, who, by my count, 115 yards of offense. Squirrels return up here to the line of scrimmage. Clock continuing to move here underway. Okay, we had a little bit of a delay to start this second half after the discussion about that fair catch call, and the ball will go to Wiersma again. Weaves his way up the middle, up to the 40, continues to the 45, stopped at the 50. And Riley Bakigard, the stop of Wiersma.
At the 50 by Riley Bakigard.
21 yards on the carry for Wiersma and a rushing first down. Ball will be put right up to the 50. Squirrels have worked quick on offense. Now with this 34-7 lead, I'd imagine they would go a little bit deeper into the playbook to try out a few more things here this early into the season. So the offense may not be as quick as we have seen through their first few series. Snap a little high. Ball will be put into the hands of Wisniewski. Wisniewski around the outside, and he is going to be stopped. Andrew Green with the tackle. Tackle was made at the 46-yard line, but a flag is down. We are stopped with 10:28 to go in the third quarter.
They'll be holding on the Squirrels.
And the Squirrels will be called for the hold, so a 1st and 15. They are bumped back to the 40-yard line. Excuse me, a 1st and 20 as they are bumped back to the 40-yard line.
That'll make it 1st and
So it was a nice run by Isaac Wisniewski to get the drive started. Now they will have to overcome a little bit of adversity here. We saw a play back in the first half. They were called for a big penalty back inside their own territory. Wisniewski was able to come up, Wiersma was able to come up with the big run. They'll go to Wisniewski. He'll go right up the middle and stopped at the 44-yard line, so a 4-yard pickup.
Wiersma with the carry.
That was a Wiersma with the carry. He'll get 4 yards and a 2nd down and 16.
Brought down by Bert Torres.
And Wiersma,
2nd and 16.
well, hard to figure who has making the case for some of our post-game accolades here. Of course, we'll go with the accolades on the winning team here in tonight's game. This is a 2nd down and 16. Squirrels at their own 44-yard line. And rolling out to his side is Mitchell. Thought about the pass, now gets an extra block, throws on the run, and he will connect with Bifford, who makes the catch at the Grover's 45-yard line.
Bifford brought down by Andrew Green. It makes it 3rd down and 6.
So a 3rd down and 6 as Bifford gets his first reception of the year.
My microphone was paused, Grover Nation, but it's 3rd down.
Inside of 9 left in the third quarter here on the Bank North scoreboard. 3rd down and 6 for the Squirrels. Mitchell awaits the snap, Drops back, looks right, looks left, rears and rifles this one. It was tipped off the hands of Lamar, and Backyguard was in position to maybe get that tipped ball, but just the second incompletion for Central Cass stops time with 8:39 remaining in this third quarter. Fourth down and 6. Squirrels at the Grovers 46. Trips right, lone receiver near side, and Bachmeyer. Mitchell rolls out, has some blocking, has some time, throws, and this one past the extended Lamar. Back-to-back attempts to Lamar for incompletion. And it'll be a turnover on downs for Central Cass. And the Grovers will get the football. Grovers will have it at their 46-yard line. They trailed 34-7, 8:33 left in the third quarter. And the Grovers up to the line of scrimmage. Backyguard will lead this offense. And faking the handoff with the run is Backyguard, and he is tackled hard at the 46-yard line. Good run by Backyguard. And I believe that will be the longest running play for the Grovers, and it is an 8-yard run and a 2nd down and 2 plus territory for the Grovers. And their lone touchdown coming at the 10-12 mark of the second quarter. Spencer Schumacher with the 72-yard reception. Now inside of 8 left in the third quarter. Grovers on the near hash. Again, 2 yards is all they need to reset the first down marker. And Schumacher making the handoff, now gets pressure, gets corralled to the outside. The defense will stop him. Wiersma made the initial contact, and a whole gang of Squirrels will come in for the stop, and it will be, believe, a loss of a yard and a 3rd down and 3 for the Grovers. 7:17 and counting left in the third quarter. The Grovers, they have that touchdown, but have not picked up a first down aside of that. Offense really sparse, particularly through those first few series. Coach Whitney saying that he was impressed by how well this team was able to execute through the first week of practice, but he said, you can't be satisfied with that because it matters what you do on Friday nights, and right now they have just struggled. A 3rd down and 3 and a flag on the play, and I believe it will be against the Grovers. It will. Oak Grove facing a 3rd and 3 will get bumped back here on this delay of game call.
5-yard penalty will make it 3rd and 8 for the Grovers.
So a 3rd down and 8, bump back to their 47 is the Grovers. Backyguard rifles this one up the middle, passes extended receiver, and Spencer Schumacher. So the second pass attempt goes to Schumacher, but an incompletion. And now a 4th down and 8 for the Grovers. Time is stopped with 6:29 left in the third quarter. Central Cass looking to send someone back to punt. Return the punt. It'll be Cooper Johnson. Down at the 25, will bounce and comes out at the 18. So Bakigard will put the Squirrels back inside of their 20. Squirrels have not trailed this game. They led 21-0 early on in this game. It was Oak Grove able to answer back with 10-12 left to play in the first half, and then the last two touchdowns have been property of the Central Cass Squirrels. Next week for Central Cass, a road trip out to Oaks and then back at home for the first time this year against Northern Cass. We'll have that for you here on yourliveevent.com. Long time coming to meet on the football field between those two teams. Brandon Mitchell gets settled with his offense. Snap comes, ball will go to Wiersma to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, stiff arms up to the 35, and carries the ball up to the 43.
Brought down by Avery Quiner and Oscar Francis.
25-yard run for Wiersma, and a first down for the Squirrels. First and 10, ball will be at the 43. Approaching 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Squirrels will come up to the line. Lone back comes from Mitchell, and that will be Wiersma. Drops the ball, picks it up on the bounce. Has some time, goes to the outside, at least back to the original first down marker, and taken down at the 47. So Wiersma recovers from the fumble, gets 4 yards, a second down and 6. Not a whole lot going wrong for Wiersma today in the backfield. Again, drops it, picks it up off the bounce, turns that into positive yards. In fact, they'll give him 5. Second down and 5. Squirrels at the 49. Offense up to the line. One receiver near side, one far side. And Mitchell with the keeper. Mitchell will try to extend for the first down, and he gets past the marker, and the defense will stop him. They needed 5 yards, and it looks like Mitchell got just that. And another first down comes for the Squirrels.
Brought down by Bert Torres. That'll be a first down.
Bert Torres makes the tackle. First and 10 up to the 46, inside of 5 to go in the third quarter. Next up for Oak Grove, Sargent County next week. That one in Gwinner. That one we'll have on yourliveevent.com. And now a timeout taken by Oak Grove. Timeout comes with 4:37 left to play third quarter on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass 34, Oak Grove 7. You're watching coverage of high school football on yourliveevent.com.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
And timeout comes to an end. That was an official timeout. And it's Wisniewski with the run. And he'll get 3.
Brought down by Baker and Torres.
Baker makes the stop. 4th carry by my count for Wisniewski. Wisniewski's 3rd carry of the game resulted in a touchdown. Second down and 7. Ball at the 43. Inside of Grover's territory right now is the Squirrels. Their lead at 34-7. And Mitchell will hand this one off to Wisniewski, and right there is Brady Baker to make the stop. Believe will be no gain on the carry. Baker, the nice tackle.
Baker.
And
up a tackle for no gain.
So no gain, 3rd and 7.
It's a 3rd and 7. For the Squirrels.
Oak Grove already this half causing a turnover on downs. trying to push the Squirrels back to the brink here, get the ball back down 34-7. Offense ready to go, led by Mitchell. Mitchell making the handoff, rolling out, takes a shot deep downfield, and broken up. It was intended for Thompson and broken up downfield by Griffin Olsen. An incompletion and a 4th down and 7. And looks like the intent of the Squirrels will be to flip the field with 3:01 left in the third quarter. So Squirrels ready to punt. Here comes a snap. This one to the far side of the field, and there to make the play was Griffin Olsen, and it comes into the end zone. Defense, rather special teams, trying to avoid it. Isaac Wisniewski on it, but just could not get there in time. So a touchback here. The Grovers will get decent starting spot here on this drive, down 34-7.
Thank one of our game sponsors, Donna Bauer Family Dentistry. Visit them for all your dental service needs, including orthodontics and
Central Cass with their goals back to a deep postseason run. Win here, good way to start things off for Tommy Butler and company. The Grovers, as Coach Whitney said, is try to build a culture of winning, change the tide of some of the records they've had the last few years against some of these teams in their region. He feels that they could be in the top half of this region. Said his seniors all week, he said enough of how some of these games have gone the last few seasons. 1st and 10, Grovers from their 20. Grovers set a man in motion. Bachygaard dropping back, has time near side, throws, and this one caught at the 35. No. It'll be incomplete. Schumacher had it go in and out of his hands. Incompletion. Stops time with 2:47.
2nd and 10 for the Grovers.
So now a 2nd down and 10. You know, the biggest play of this game for the Grovers was that 72-yard touchdown. Bachygaard 1 for 3 passing, and that was it. You know, at a half, by my count, 77 yards of offense. The majority of that, again, coming from that play. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 20. And with the keeper, Bachygaard, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. I believe it was Preston with the stop, but no gain on the carry, now a 3rd down. 11th carry for Riley Bachygaard. Just under 2.5 to play in this third quarter. Again, coming up, our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app on Google Play or the App Store for your first month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash part of your clean routine. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo, 1 in Moorhead. They've got the tools and expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. 3rd and 10, lining up for a big passing play is the Grovers. Bachygaard with some time, and he's able to connect for the 1st down, and now they're trying to extend. It's Dietz who brings it to the 41-yard line.
22-yard completion. It'll be 1st down, Grovers.
So Jack Dietz with the reception and a 1st down for Oak Grove. They'll keep control of the football with 1:51 left in the third quarter. So looking at 94 yards of passing offense between those 2 completions. Bachygaard comes out with 1 in the backfield, and it's a handoff right up the middle, and it may be good for a yard or 2 with Lord. And they'll give Foster Lord on his 4th carry 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
We're going to give that tackle to Ryan Stafford.
Ball at the Grovers' 45-yard line. Approaching a minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Dietz, lone receiver out on the far side. Now a man set in motion in Schumacher. Backyguard getting pressured, flushed out of the pocket. Will come on the near side, runs to the 50, out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Backyguard with the carry. Gain of 6.
So 6 yards on the run for Backyguard. It was Cato T who forced him out of bounds. 3rd down and 2 for the Grovers, looking for their second first down here of the half. Down 34-7 on our Bank North scoreboard. And the Grovers here, the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 2, ball at the 49-yard line. And it's a run for Backyguard, and it's going to be a matter of the spot as to whether or not it will be a first down. Looked like he had broke the marker, and the officials will give it to him. It's another first down. So Backyguard just gets enough to give the Grovers a first down and keep the ball in their hands. Now 39 seconds left in the third quarter.
1st and 10 Grovers from the Squirrel 47.
Ball's the Squirrels' 47-yard line. 25 seconds and counting to go. The Grovers right now in their huddle. Got a Region 1 matchup here in Class 11B football. And Backyguard dropping back, gets pressure, throws, and incomplete.
Pass from Backyguard intended for
Backyguard had the pressure coming on both sides. Trying to put out the misdirection with the handoff, but an incompletion. 2nd down and 10. 4 seconds left, so one last play here in the third quarter. Play clock now at 25 seconds. And game being played out here at Davies High School. The Grovers will be well-traveled for the home games this year. Davies, West Fargo, and Moorhead. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 47. Backyguard recovers from the low snap, shakes the defender, throws on the near sideline, incompletion. And that will end the first half. No one able to score here in the third quarter. Our score remains 34-7. Central Cass leads on the Bank North scoreboard. Final 12 minutes coming up when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Oak Grove Lutheran School, your student will receive an education focused on strong academics, faith formation, and a heart for service. Oak Grove challenges students to discover their potential and create a better world. From sports, music, theater, and robotics, students will find a place to grow their talents. The mission of Oak Grove Lutheran School is to express God's love by nurturing students for academic achievement, lifelong Christian commitment, and loving service throughout the world. Learn more at oakgrovelutheran.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
Thanks for joining us here. I'm Joel Morgan, Jake Watroba on the camera at Davies High. High school football tonight, week 1, a Region 1 matchup in Central Cass, a 34-7 lead against Oak Grove. The Grovers looking to put together their best offensive series since the first half. They have possession of the football, 3rd and 10. They are on Central Cass's 47-yard line. Spencer Schumacher, 72-yard reception, has accounted for the only touchdown of the game for Oak Grove. And 12 minutes up on our scoreboard. We are set to go. Backyguard rolls out to his left side, trying to find an open receiver downfield. This one is up and knocked away. And a big play comes from Cooper Johnson, breaks up the pass attempt, and an incompletion and a 4th down coming for the Grovers.
Pass falls incomplete.
Schumacher was the intended receiver. Grovers down 34-7. 11:54 is all that is left to play here in the 4th quarter. So Oak Grove has some decisions to make. Got a hill to overcome, to climb, to try to overcome this deficit and try to cut into that and maybe put yourself in a position to have it come down to the final few plays, but
From the Squirrel, 47.
might have to be picking up this 4th down and 10. And Grovers will go for an empty backfield coming for Bakkegaard. They need just 10 to extend this drive. Bakkegaard near side, has some blocking, needs someone downfield, shakes the defender but throws before taking the tackle from Ryan Sanford. Ryan Stafford, 5'11", 235, was coming down on Bakkegaard, just could not find that open receiver downfield. The turnover on down. Squirrels will get it at their own 47-yard line. 11:48 left in the game. We'll have our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show coming up. We'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and RDK Enterprises Precision Player or Play of the Game. Thanks as always to all the sponsors that we've had in years past, and thanks to those who have joined us here on, I believe, at year 4 now of your live event. Squirrels leading 34-7, 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. And a big run for Wiersma, and he'll pick up 12 on a 1st down.
Brought down by Jack Dietz after a gain of 11.
So 11-yard run for Wiersma and another 1st down. Tommy Butler saying he thinks Wiersma coming back this year quicker despite adding some size, about 30 more pounds he has added in muscle here in this offseason. Playing linebacker as a running back. He's been a load to bring down in this game. 1st and 10 from the 42. We're going to have a whistle come and a false start against the Squirrels.
False start on the Squirrels.
Obviously, you're going to be a little bit more as a coach, let's say, accepting of a penalty like that. They've had a few of them this game, but there is kind of breaking point to that as well. But at least for now, week 1, you have a good lead. You'll be one of the talking points, I would imagine, after this game and getting ready for their next matchup against Oaks. So a loss of 5, 1st and 15, bump back to the 47. Now is the Squirrels. And Wisniewski gets the handoff, shakes the tackle, comes up the middle, back to the 50. And Wisniewski is tackled at the 50, will be a loss. Make that a loss of 2. Maggio handed off the ball, and Wisniewski was able to get himself free just slightly, but could not recover after being pinned that far back behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 17. Clock winding here, 10.5 to go in our final frame. And Maggio will hand this one off. This one into the hands of Drew Urbach. And Urbach taken down at the 44-yard line. So Urbach will get some yards on the run. Will pick up 6 yards, 3rd down and 11. So Coach Butler going into his bench here in this one with 10:16 left. Opportunities like this to help build your program in the future, get these guys some experiences here on a Friday night. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 42. It's Mitchell under center, coming back, bouncing around the pocket, looking for something downfield, gets corralled to the near sideline, will throw an incomplete.
Pressured out of bounds by Mason Jermstead.
So that will stop time with 10:08 to play.
Incomplete pass makes it 4th down for the
Been
Squirrels.
between Mitchell and Maggio, and with a 4th and 10, special teams will come out for the Central Cass Squirrels. So Oak Grove will get the football with 10:08 left. It was a 27-0 lead early for Central Cass. The Grovers made it 21-7, and that is the closest they have been since then. We have not seen any scoring coming yet here in the second half. And the punt to the far side of the field. Trying to run in is Griffin Olson. Olson picks it up and is stopped inside of the 10. Trevor Qualm was coming in on Olson, but I think he had just lost his footing, and the Grovers will face a 1st and 10 from their own 10. Sargent County next week on the road for the Grovers, a game we'll have on yourliveevent.com. Oaks on the road next week for Central Cass. No coverage of that, at least on our end, but back that following Friday for the matchup against Northern Cass.
Fans, we want to once again be gracious guests of our wonderful host Davey, so please pick up any concessions, garbage at the conclusion of the game, all bulletins, any trash.
9:59 left in this week 1 matchup.
Thank you.
Backyard out to lead his offense. 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line. Backyard rolls out to the near side, up to the 10, picks up a block to the 20, down at the 21.
12-yard run, and that's a Grover. 1st down.
14-yard run, biggest run of the game for the Grovers ground game, and a 1st down. Spot this one at the 23-yard line. And the Grovers will break their huddle. Something the Grovers can walk away from this game with is the way that their offense kind of started to really come together, has started to come together here in the second half. Backyard with the tuck and run, has some blocking, sneaks through up to the 31.
Backyard with the carry.
And Backyard will get 8 yards on the run. Shapewski will make the tackle.
Make it 2nd and 1 for the Grovers.
2nd down and 1 down for the Grovers. Now approaching 9 minutes left to go on our Bank North scoreboard. Two far side, two near side receivers. Backyard calls out the play to his offense. Man gets set in motion. And some misdirection in the backfield and a handoff and a run for a 1st down and then some.
Foster Lord with the carry.
Foster Lord will get an 11-yard run. And another 1st down for the Grovers. And again, this Grovers offense starting to find their groove late in this game, down 34-7. But they'll take moving that football here. First and 10 from the 43. Backyard runs himself, taken down at the 45. Backyard will tag on 2 more on the run. Clock continuing to wind down here in this game.
Scoreboard operator. Make it 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7 for the Grovers. They'll line up on the near hash. And a flag down, I believe it will be against Oak Grove.
Encroachment on the defense.
No, it'll be on the defense, so the encroachment call will get 5 yards for the Grovers.
2nd and 2 for the Grovers.
So now 2nd down and 2. Grovers looking for their 4th 1st down of the second half. One receiver out on either side. Backyard, a handoff, and a run up to the 40. 14-yard run. Lord has had two 10-plus yard runs here on this drive. Another first down, 14 for Foster Lord. Grover's first down at the 40 of Central Cass.
I'd like to dedicate this next one to the biggest Bob Marley fan I know, Tegan Schumacher.
So 1st and 10 at the 40. One receiver either side. Backyard making the handoff, keeps him himself, is able to pitch it off, and a big run coming for the Grovers. They'll bring the ball up to the 25-yard line. It was pitched off to the hands of Schumacher.
13-yard carry for the Grovers.
Flag is down at the 25. Schumacher lost his helmet. I'm wondering if he will have to sit out a snap or not. No, they are letting him back on the field. So despite that coming out of bounds, he will stay in. I believe the penalty will be on the hit that comes from the Squirrels. Now, Oak Grove will pick up some positive yards on that penalty.
Personal foul on the Squirrels. And that'll make it.
Ball at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 14 for the Grovers. So a chance for Oak Grove to tag on some more points, down 34-7. One receiver near side, two far side. Backyard lined up like he's going to take a shot here at the end zone on the first play. Rolls out right side. Looking at the end zone, can't find a free receiver, will throw incomplete. Now 2nd and 10.
Schumacher falls incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
Safeties and corners have done a good job staying on coverage of receivers downfield. You know, Backyard has gone through his reads, has gotten himself around the field, just hasn't found that open receiver he's needed. .702 left on the Bank North scoreboard. Again, time is stopped with that incompletion. Now they'll put someone in the backfield for Backyard. One receiver on either side for the senior quarterback. And Backyard with the keeper to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown. And Backyard, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Grovers will get a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Comes with 6:57 left to play. So from 13 yards out, Grovers make it 34-13.
Off the point after.
Luke Johnson will attempt the extra points. Backyard will do the hold. Snap is down. The kick, this one good through the uprights. Johnson hits it, and it is 34-14. 6:57 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
You know the importance of planning before you plant. To finish strong, you need a solid start. That's why at Cess Vonderhoff, we remain committed to developing sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, all to help you make spring decisions that will yield the harvest you envision. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Cess Vonderhoff, a passion that grows.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Riley Backyard, the 13-yard touchdown run. Luke Johnson, the extra point, 34-14. 14 on our Bank North scoreboard. 6:57 left in the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us this Week 1 high school football matchup on yourliveevent.com. Always see our full schedule again at yourliveevent.com. All home games, select road games for these two teams can be seen all season. Kick comes to the near side. It's Urbach looking on the return. Urbach up to the 35-yard line. So a nice run for Drew Urbach. Squirrels a 1st and 10 at the 33, 6:52 to go. And we've seen Tommy Butler and his offense mix up personnel here in the second half. And we'll see what they do here with the final 6:52 left.
The Twins are still winning. 2-1, top of 6.
Grover's defense ready to go. The Squirrels offense set. And 1st and 10 from the 34. Low snap, picked up, handed off, and it'll be a tackle for a loss.
Tackle for loss. Bert Torres.
Did not see who had the carry for the Central Cass Squirrels, but they will lose some yards and a 2nd down and 12.
2 yards lost on a carry, makes it 2nd and 12 for the Squirrels.
It was Urbach on the carry. Well, Briar Schaefer on the carry. He lost 2, 2nd down and 12. He'll remain as the tailback, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. And a low snap again and a handoff, and the defense is right there to make the stop.
Mason Germstead.
It's Mason Germstead with the tackle for a loss.
Best of friends coming together to make a tackle for a loss. Loss of 3 makes it 3rd and 15.
So 3rd and 15, that one a loss of 3.
Favorite Bert Torres coming up.
And under 6 minutes left to go. Third down and 15. Central Cass back at their 29-yard line, empty backfield. And Maggio throws a screen pass, and a big hit comes for Spencer Schumacher. And another tackle for a loss, and a 4th and long for the Squirrels and their second team offense. The Grovers will get the ball back with 5:16 left to play.
18 to go for the Squirrels.
Grovers in line to start their season 0-1. Squirrels a 1-0 start to the year. Again, they won 4 out of the gate, did Central Cass last year, lost 1. Won their final 4 of the regular season, lost or won game 1 of the playoffs against Harvey Wells County, and then had their season come to the end against Hillsborough Central Valley. Central Cass looking at the play clock. Down to 3 seconds, and now the snap is off. And the punt picked up by Griffin Olson. Has some open field to work with. Will meet pressure near the 50, past the 50, up to the 42-yard line. Good return for Olson. Be a 1st and 10 at the 42 for the Grovers.
27-yard punt return for Griffin Olson.
27-yard punt return for the Grovers.
They'll make it 1st and 10 for the Grovers from the Squirrel 42.
Remember, their first touchdown came. Schumacher had a great punt return, and then a play later had that 72-yard completion for the touchdown.
Face masking penalty on the Squirrels.
Squirrels will be assessed a face mask penalty, so more yards coming the way of Oak Grove. Enbridge Energy Player of the Game coming up in our post-game show. Also, our RDK Enterprises Precision Player or Play of the Game.
10 from the Squirrel 27.
Be a 1st and 10 at the Squirrels' 27-yard line for the Grovers. An earlier start this year to high school football in North Dakota. We'll have another week of just football broadcasts next week, and then the week after it will be full bore with both our volleyball and football coverage. 1st and 10 Grover's at the Squirrels' 27-yard line to start this drive, and a run attempt up the middle, and the ball comes loose.
Fumble on the play.
Fumble and a lost ball will go back to the 30. Schumacher recovering that fumble. Remember, the first first play for the line of scrimmage of the game for the Grovers was a fumble. Their offense just couldn't get going after that. It wasn't really, despite that touchdown in the first half, we haven't seen the best of their offense until the second half. Changes coming from the Grover sideline. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. Second down and 13. Ball at the 27-yard line. Schumacher trying to pass towards the end zone, and this one gets swatted away. It was going to be a short pass. Time is stopped with 3:20 left to go. The Grovers getting themselves some time. Riley Bachegard, their senior starting quarterback, on the near sideline having conversations with the coaches as they have their second team offense out there. Bachegard holding the play call sheet, having conversations with his coaches. And Coach Whitney saying almost like having another coach out there on the field. With Riley Bachegard, third down and 13, ball at the 27. Schumacher goes to hand it off. A tackle made at the 30, so a short pickup comes for the Grovers, and it starts the clock again here as we approach 3 minutes left to play on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass want to know to start the year. Grovers 0-1, playing now for the chance to at least find the end zone one more time. .245 and counting left, 14 seconds on the play clock. And Oak Grove's going to let the play clock get down before they call a timeout, and that's what they do. Timeout taken with 2:29 left to play in this game. We'll be back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
.34-14, our score on the Bank North scoreboard. Final 2:29 of the fourth quarter of this Week 1 matchup at Davies High between Oak Grove and Central Cass. Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. That is coming up next. Some post-game accolades to be handed out. Hopefully maybe a chance also to have an interview or two on our post-game. 4th down and 14 for the Grovers at the Squirrels' 30-yard line. Schumacher immediately pressured, and he will be tackled at the 35-yard line. And it was a whole wall of Squirrels who came in on the play. But it was Micah Van Hall who made the final tackle to stop the progress. And it will be the Squirrels football with 2:21 left. As we start making the thoughts of who will be our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game or RDK Enterprises Precision Player or Play of the Game. A lot of things to look at here in this game, and you can look at a 34-14 score and think that we might not have those come the way of the Grovers, but it's a play or two A player and a player, too, that is making the case potentially be in the mix for those accolades coming up. And a helmet issue to Spencer Schumacher, who's kind of been the do-all guy this game for Oak Grove, so he'll have to exit. Grovers will have to bring someone else in his place. Mason Germstead will come in. Carter Maggio will lead the offense for Central Cass. And their job right now to get rid of that final 2 minutes, 21 seconds on the scoreboard to close out the win. And a handoff run attempt and a big tackle comes in the backfield. It's Jose Alcivar who makes the tackle.
Colton Cruchet on the carry.
Colton Cruchet on the carry is first of the game. He'll lose 3, second down and 13. As just inside of 2 minutes left on the Bank North scoreboard. And the Squirrels line up here, ready for a second down and 13. And another run attempt, this one into the hands of Colton Cruchet. And Cruchet maybe a yard or two on his second attempt of the game. And that will bring up a third down. Torres and Alcivar the tackle. So there's about 1:10 and counting left in the game clock, 25 seconds and counting on the play clock. So I'd imagine the Squirrels will take as many seconds as they need to get this one under a minute before the next play. Home game for Oak Grove. Maybe doesn't quite feel that way playing here at Davies. And another handoff attempt, another tackle in the backfield. Andrew Green with the tackle.
Tackle made by Andrew Green.
Green with the tackle of Cruchet, and the 4th and 13. An 8-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. So that means this one will become a final. Once the clock gets down to 0, Central Cass starts their year 1-0. Our final 34-14. That is the final on our Bank North scoreboard. Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wadslin, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
And welcome to our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. 2 locations in Fargo, 1 in Moorhead. Our final here on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass gets the win against Oak Grove 34-14. 1-0 to start the year for Central Cass. 0-1 to start the year for Oak Grove. Playing here at home at Davies High School. Let's get you our game scoring summary. Oak Grove's offense struggled right out of the gate after receiving the opening kickoff. In fact, the opening snap of the game, they fumbled and then went 3 and out on that drive. They punted. The ball went into the hands of Central Cass. It took them 5 plays, and then Braden Mitchell connected with Cooper Johnson for a 22-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. 7-0 would be the score. Oak Grove 3 and out again, and this time it was at the 3:02 mark. Braden Mitchell connecting again, a 39-yard touchdown completion to Jake Thompson. Extra point was good. 14-0 the score. Central Cass got the ball back in a drive that started in quarter 1, carried on to quarter 2, and it ended with Isaac Wisniewski's 25-yard touchdown run, his first varsity touchdown. Extra point was good. 21-0 would be the score. Credit Spencer Schumacher for sparking the offense. Had a great kick return, and then a play later, a 72-yard reception for the first touchdown of the game for Oak Grove. Extra point would be good at the 10-12 mark. 21-7 would be our score. Oak Grove would score once more. So rather, Central Cass would score once more. It was Owen Wiersma with a 6-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good. 28-7 the score. And they would score twice more before the half. And then Cooper Johnson, another touchdown reception with 27 seconds left. Extra point was no good. 34-7 the score at the half. No offense or no touchdowns coming in quarter 3, but quarter 4 saw the Grovers find the end zone. Quarterback Riley Bockyguard with a 13-yard keeper. Extra point was through the uprights. 34-14 would be the final, and that would be our final here tonight at Davies High School. Bulk of the offense coming on both the rushing and passing attack of Riley Bockyguard for Oak Grove. He finishes the game with a touchdown, completing 2 of 8 pass attempts for 94 yards passing, rushing just 50 yards, including the touchdown. Well, the ground attack very strong today for Central Cass. Owen Wiersma finishes the game with 176 yards rushing to go along with a touchdown. Well, in his debut as a starting quarterback, Braden Mitchell, he completed 6 of 9 passes, 135 yards, and 3 touchdowns in this winning effort for Central Cass. This is our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. More coming your way next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
At Oak Grove Lutheran School, your student will receive an education focused on strong academics, faith formation, and a heart for service. Oak Grove challenges students to discover their potential and create a better world. From sports, music, theater, and robotics, students will find a place to grow their talents. The mission of Oak Grove Lutheran School is to express God's love by nurturing students for academic achievement, lifelong Christian commitment, and loving service throughout the world. Learn more at oakgrovelutheran.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
Back on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, 34-14, our final score on the Bank North scoreboard. Other finals, Thompson defeats Grafton 54-0. Hillsborough Central Valley, a 28-0 win over Park River. Halftime last time we checked in at a game that had a lightning delay between Lemoore Litchfield Marion and Maple River. 42-0, Lemoore Litchfield Marion defending 9-man state champions with the lead. Again, last time we checked in on that game. We'll be back to wrap things up here, give out some post-game accolades on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
You know the importance of planning before you plant. To finish strong, you need a solid start. That's why at Cess Vonderhoff, we remain committed to developing sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, all to help you make spring decisions that will yield the harvest you envision. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Cess Vonderhoff, a passion that grows.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
And welcome back one last time to our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app on Google Play or the App Store for your first month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash part of your clean routine. Tommy's Express Car Wash, 2 locations in Fargo and 1 in Moorhead. They've got the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. Let's now get some of our post-game awards here in this matchup. First, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and we're going to go with Braden Mitchell, starting quarterback for Central Cass. Again, by our count, 6 for 9, 135 yards, threw for 3 touchdowns. So he is the Enbridge Energy player of the game in this Week 1 matchup. Now our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game. Well, that's going to go to the Oak Grove Grovers despite the loss. The 72-yard touchdown connection in the second quarter between Riley Bachigard and Spencer Schumacher is our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game. My thanks to Jake Wetruba, our cameraman here in this contest. Joe Morgan, remind you once again, our final score on the Bank North scoreboard here at Davies High. Central Cass 34, Oak Grove 14. Thanks for watching high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.